Interpreting the film Eternity from a Buddhist perspective. Part 9. Interpersonal relationships ended up as to enlightenment.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our show. Today, we'll continue our exploration of the film Eternal, using its scenes to delve into the relationships in our own lives and how we can achieve self-awareness and enlightenment within them. There's a scene in the movie where the protagonist, Shang Meng, wants to pick a flower for the woman he fancies, Yu Padi, but just as he reaches for it, a memory of his uncle's childhood lessons flashes through his mind. Don't pick it. Once you do, it will quickly wither. Let it blossom in the forest. This rational thought, however, pauses in an instant, and he still picks the flowers without hesitation. This moment is a microcosm of human struggle. We often waver between reason and impulse. Shang Meng thought picking the flower would let him possess its beauty, but he never considered that the flower's fate was to wither. It's like in our relationships, where we think that by fulfilling every one of a person's desires, we'll win their hearts. But we ignore that this very fulfillment plants the seeds of pain. The more we accommodate, the more the other person's greed becomes a bottomless pit that can never be filled. When their expectations aren't met, it leads to the pain of unfulfilled desires, and this pain will ultimately come back to haunt us. Therefore, learning to maintain a safe distance is the first lesson in how we interact with others. This doesn't mean becoming cold and distant. It means knowing how to have proper boundaries. It's like driving. EXPERIENCED drivers know to keep a safe distance because you never know when the car in front will brake suddenly. In relationships, it's the same. When you're too close, you can't predict someone else's emotional sudden breaking. Once a conflict erupts, it's hard to get away. By keeping an appropriate distance, you give yourself the time and space to observe, think, and protect yourself, while also respecting others. The old master in the movie exemplifies this. He takes in women and helps them, but never crosses a line. He helps them without letting them become dependent, thinking, "You're obligated to take care of me." This kind of wisdom both conveys kindness and protects oneself from unnecessary harm. Another scene in the movie is also worth pondering. Shang Meng brings the flowers to Yu Padi, but in front of everyone. She feigns generosity and says with a smile, "Who is this flower for? Let me guess. Is it for the young lady of the house?" This seemingly casual remark is actually full of cunning. She knew the flower was meant for her, but she deliberately distorted the truth to cover up the gossip. That might arise from Shang Meng giving her the flowers. More importantly, she used this question to force Shang Meng to make a public declaration. If he said, "It's for you," she would have a handle to control him. This teaches us an important lesson. Every word we say can become a piece of evidence in someone else's hands. This doesn't mean we should be silent from now on. Rather, we should learn to speak words that are in line with true benefits. This true benefit is based on objective facts and is beneficial to everyone involved, not spoken to appease, flatter, or conceal. If every word you say is for the genuine benefit of others, you don't have to be afraid even if someone uses your words as a handle, because there are no traps in your words, only sincerity and goodwill. This helps others see the truth instead of being trapped in a false sense of satisfaction. The Grand Governor's wife's appearance in the movie also gives us great inspiration. She talks a lot, but every word is sincere praise and compliments. For example, she calls Yu Padi a fairy and praises Shang Meng for being so handsome. At first, we might think this person is gossipy or even hypocritical. But after thinking more deeply, we realize this is her brilliance. She is cultivating good connections. In her world, there are no wasted words. Every compliment creates a wonderful connection, making those around her feel happy and appreciated. This is a proactive and wise approach. And it's a key reason why she can hold such a high position and be so well liked. This is completely different from the ideas we were taught growing up, such as sucking up is bad and flattery is for treacherous officials. In fact, Those are inverted views. We tend to see being proactive, enthusiastic, and sincere as bad, while we consider being passive, negative, and complaining as normal. The first step to enlightenment is to break these wrong beliefs and see what is truly good and what is beneficial to ourselves and others. The Grand Governor's wife's way of living is not an accident. It comes from years of learning and practice. A true queen's conduct and speech must be precise and appropriate because she represents the honor of the entire royal family. Every word she says must be for the benefit of the country and its people. Otherwise, it will bring disaster. In contrast, those palace dramas that are all about scheming and infighting are exaggerated fictional stories. True nobility living lives of self-discipline and rules. And this is exactly why they can maintain their noble status for so long. From a single flower to the appropriate distance in relationships and the art of speech. We've seen a lot of profound wisdom in this movie. Each of us is the protagonist of our own life, and our every word and action determines our final outcome. May we all be inspired by today's topic. Let's learn to maintain a wise distance, speak and act with kindness, cultivate good connections, and no longer be fooled by inverted views. Only then can we truly move towards enlightenment and live a life that benefits ourselves and others. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.